All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Tasha Ismail, Regional Director in Fresno. Thank you so much for being on the call this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Anna Inez out in Texas. Good morning. Miss Angelina in Fresno, thank you so much for joining the call this morning. Mr. Bill Howard at his desk. Good morning, sir. There he is. Man, that guy's got a beautiful smile. Miss Caroline Baker, thank you so much for joining. Coach Johnny, thank you so much. Mr. Daryl Ranson with his Tommy Bahama top. I love that one. Miss Shelton, thank you so much for joining the call. Mr. Dave Culvert, the professor, thank you so much. We'd like to thank Mr. Ed Navarro for joining. And up in the Elk Grove area, Frank and Patricia Bowman, good morning. Thank you guys for being on. Kathleen Furman, thank you so much for joining. Miss Kathleen Williams, thank you for joining. Miss Jones out in South Carolina, thank you, dear, for being on the call this morning. Miss Marcia Carter in Fresno, Marie in San Diego, thank you so much. Miss Pat Robertson in Oakland, California. Let's head on down to Florida, the sensational. Where's that young lady at? Let me see them glasses. There she got rojo on, rojo, red in Espanol. Mr. Willie Cribbs in South Carolina, sir. Got your text this morning. Ready for you, sir. Ready for you. Thank you so much. Miss Ursula Allen, good morning. Good morning. T. Hayes, I love when I see that lady call. Mr. Brian Baker, Regional Director in Las Vegas. Good morning, sir. Miss Konohara in Japan. I am so excited about doing the regional international this coming Saturday for Japan. Thank you so much for it's going to be a great time. Hey, Miss Zoe Duffy, part of the bakery organization. Good morning. Miss Luana Pinedo, thank you for joining the call this morning. Mr. Payon, thank you, sir, down in out in out in Japan. Thank you, man. This weekend, Japan, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. The flyer is amazing flyer. Too bad I can't read it. But anyway, Mr. Bill Bailey, thank you so much. Mr. Ismail, good morning. Hey, Jen Olson, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, dear. How are you doing? Where's your smile? Come on, let me see it. Let me see a smile. There you go. I love it, Chanel's Pearlies. Hey, Pastor Collins, good morning, dear. Regional Director Rose Guerrero and Regional Director Mr. Chris King. Hey, everybody, if you were not on that call last night, you missed a great training on the money you can make at the different levels in ACN. If you did not see it, go back to the channel and watch it last night. It was amazing. I had to get both of them. I mean, it was a powerful, and it broke it down real simple on how the money is generated in ACN just by getting customers, folks. Powerful. So go back and look at it. Go back to Destiny International. Watch Rose Guerrero and Chris King last night. It was a great training. Hey, Christina, good morning. Thank you for joining Galaxy JD Orbit. Whoever you are, I hope you come out the orbit. You're in the right orbit today. Regional Director, Mr. Julian Lewis, sir, in San Diego with the big organization down there growing rapidly, daily, hourly, minutely. Miss Melissa Vaughn, thank you, dear, for being on the call. Mr. Ryan Swallow in Sacramento, California. Good morning, sir. Wow, look at the Saints. Look at the Saints. Look at the Saints. How many folks we got on? We got 62 people on so far. Hey, I want to thank everybody on the call today. I hope you guys got a lot of the Saturday training that the corporate did. I hope it put a lot of gas, a lot of your tanks, and got a lot of good feedback. Today, as you know, is Mindset Monday. Everybody say it with me. Come on. Mindset Monday. That's right, Miss Olson. Mindset Monday. Today, our mindset is with none other than this young lady. She has a birthday coming up this week. I texted her yesterday, and I was a day early. Hey, what Jim Rohn say? Early is what? On time, and on time is late, and late. That's right, Mr. Howard. Never heard of. That's right, sir. So I got ahead of myself a little bit, but she's got a birthday coming up this week. Let her talk about that. Anyway, without further ado, she hails from the California area. She's heading up to the mountains, to the mountain retreat, her and her family, and she's just a wonderful leader. She has this, man, she has a beautiful way about herself, and she has this down-home conversation with you. And I want everybody to get your journals out, your eyebrow pencils out, your pencils out, your pens out. What do you got to write? But take notes. I was also laughing. Take notes. She's one of those ladies that just has a great disposition, a way of bringing the information to you in a way so methodical that anybody can pick it up and run with it. But then again, take the information, run with it. She is a grandmother. She's also married to a gentleman named Tony. They put the business together, have a construction company. ACN saved their business. She was a hair business for many years and done a wonderful thing there. So she's an entrepreneur through and through. So ladies, without further ado, and gentlemen, let's give a round warm welcome to none other Miss Jocelyn Driskill, Regional Vice President Platinum. Yeah, let's give it to her. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, superstar.
How are you? So good to see you this morning. You always make me smile and get my heart racing. So thank you so much. So good to be here with all of you this morning on the 14th of December. I cannot believe we are coming to the end of 2020. It's amazing. Yes, Mr. Thomas, you were the first to wish me happy birthday, and it is tomorrow, and I will be 56. And I'm okay with saying my age because I earned it. And we're gonna see throughout this training today what I'm talking about, because my journey for 56 years, I've been kind of self-reflecting as we're coming to the end of 2020 and coming into a birthday for me this tomorrow, and just thinking back and looking back at my life. You know, I've lost a really great friend a few weeks ago, last month, and I had her husband and son here yesterday for dinner, just loving on them. She died at the young age of 53. And, you know, when you lose, you know, loved ones and people to, you know, things that happen in life, because this world brings all kinds of things, it makes us reflect. And so, you know, it made me come up with a training, and you're going to see the topic here in a second. And it will pertain to your life. It'll pertain to your business, things that I have found myself doing, coming into, and really learning how to be that, you know, that person, be that person and that business owner simultaneously, because building an empire like ACN, because ACN and SVP will get you to all your giftings, what you're called to be. It will get you there. But you have to become, and you've heard me talk about this before, become so much greater than where you're starting. But first and foremost, I truly want to thank Mr. Thomas for his love, because love is the highest form of service. It is. You know, that is the greatest gift you can bring to this world is love, and he exudes it. How he cares for people, how he mentors people, how he, you know, leads leaders and develops leaders. And there is nobody better out there that just does what he does in such an authentic way, with tremendous 100% character. We're going to talk about that, because I want you guys all to know that what I'm going to share today, really, Mr. Thomas exudes, and we are being led by him every single day. You have access to one of the greatest men, human beings that you could have. And I can tell you that Tony and I are forever grateful for his leadership. And I'm also very honored and blessed. We're ending the year, so it's making me a little teary. Blessed that he has given me and entrusted me to speak into your life. So thank you.
Thank
so
you.
Let's clear that up. Clear that up. Don't need tears, right? So I don't want to start all of you off with tears. So we're going to dive into this training. I'm going to share my screen here.
Thank you, birthday girl.
Oh, thank you. We're going to dive into this training, and my prayer is that it hits at least one of you out there. That's always what I really want, is that what I've put together hits one person, one soul, one mind, one heart, and that it's like a target. Like I'm going to hit a bullseye on someone today, because I really truly feel, as you all know, I'm always going to be authentic. The Lord has always been my guide. I've really honed into him in my last 10 to 15 years of my life of really taking the right steps, really seeing and stepping into my giftings. And so you're going to hear exactly and how to end 2020 going into 2021, what I believe will be your greatest season if you step into it. If you really take some of all you've learned all year from these leaderships, from the top leaders in this company, from thought leaders, from people who are sought after around the world, they've all spoken life into each and every single one of you. Now it's a matter of what you do with it and how you use it to excel and elevate your life. So let's dive in here. I'm going to have to put on my glasses. As I turn 56, my age is starting to show in my eyes. So here we go. Hold on one second here. All right, so this training is all about you asking yourself this question. Can you see my slides? Can somebody just say, yes, we're good? I just want to make sure the screen is good. I can't see you, so someone has to say yes.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay, thank you so much. So who are you? And what do you want to say in this world? Do you know? Have you thought about it? Like, have you truly thought about who are you? Who were you created to be? Who are you becoming? Are you taking those steps every single day? And what are you putting out in this world and feeding into people that you're surrounded by, that you are connected to? What are you saying in this world? When you're on social media, what is your voice? Because it matters what you say. It matters who you are and who you're being. I'm going to actually start off with a video that really maybe will just kind of launch what we're going to go into. It's about being like a lion. We talk about lions a lot, but I want you to just take some notes and the 7 characteristics of a lion and see how many of those fit you and how many you and what you want to do to kick into living like a lion out there.
God doesn't give the hardest battles to his toughest soldiers. He creates the toughest soldiers through life's hardest battles. Here's the 7 characteristics we can learn from the lion. Number 1, lions are a symbol of strength. They are physically and mentally strong. First and foremost, if you want to become a lion, you have to know what your weaknesses are and work on them, but you also have to build on your strengths. No one is perfect and no one has it all, but when you know who you are and know what you're capable of, you will have the strength to withstand great force and pressure in times of challenges, hardship, and difficulties. And guess what? That's how you win in life. Number 2, lions are leaders. Instead of following where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Only you know what path to take and what is the best for your life. Have courage and be confident in your walk like a lion and march on into your destiny. Number 3, lions are unique. And it matches the fact that people are also unique. There are 7 billion people in the planet, and not one of them has the same fingerprint. This means you are born unique for a reason. There are things you can do with ease that no one else can do. Don't try to fit in, but stand out and use the gifts you were given. Number 4, lions are always willing to fight. They have an attitude to keep going when things get tough. Everything of value on this planet has a price. So if you want something valuable into your life, you need to go out there and fight for it like a lion. Number 5, lions are brave. They are ready to face and endure danger or pain. The heart of a lion is one that will never be afraid and will always move forward. You have to be willing to take the steps necessary for self-growth, even if it scares you. Always go with the choice that scares you the most, because that's the one that's going to help you grow. Have courage to take action and take control over your life. Number 6, lions are part of a pride. Although lions are leaders and largely loners, they belong to the pride because they are a part of something bigger and work as a team when needed. This means, although you may have the skills and the ability to work alone, Always remember that sometimes teaming up with others who have more skills than you and others you can build and grow from is always a good step to take. Always remember when you're around like-minded people, you can learn from them and they can learn from you. You can become who you surround yourself with. And last but not the least, number 7, the sounds of a lion can be heard 5 miles away. Lions make themselves heard and speak up when they have to. It doesn't matter where you're from or where you're going. Just stand out and be heard, because your contribution matters, and most importantly, you matter. Thanks for watching this video.
All right. So let's recap those 7 traits of a lion, and let's talk about a few of them. So number 1, lions are a symbol of strength. When you know who you are, you will have the strength to withstand the pressure, challenges, hard times. And guess what? That's how you win in life. That's how you win in life, right? Is how you build your strength so you can get through those challenges. Because isn't it the fact that we all have challenges, obstacles, hardships, things that go on in our families, things we have no control over? It's true, but we got to build our strength, and our strength just isn't in the muscles. After this, I'm going into my personal training workout, and I'm working out the muscles and getting stronger every day because it's good for your health. But your strength is also in your heart, guarding your heart, right? Growing your mind, that's strength. All of those things matter. So lions are a symbol of strength. Number 2, lions are leaders. We know that. We've known that. But you need to look at yourself as a lion and realize that a natural lion is a leader. And you all have that in you to lead. And I think no one needs to give you permission to lead. Mr. Thomas doesn't need to give you permission to lead. You were born to lead. Who told you you weren't born to lead? Nobody told you that. It became a part of you, whether it was through your childhood or something someone said, or maybe your own parents. I don't know. But what I can tell you is you were born to lead. You were born a lion. Now it's just building those strengths and things in you and for you to believe that you were born to lead. Number 3, lions are unique. Did you see how many billions of people there are in the world, and each and every one of us have a different fingerprint? Isn't that amazing? The God's creation of we all have a different fingerprint. Some of us don't have one. My husband wears his off because of his construction, but you guys, it's true. You're unique in every single way, and you're needed. Your uniqueness is your gift. And you're needed in this world. You're needed in ACN. You're needed to lead lions. Number 4, lions are always willing to fight. Are you willing to fight? Are you willing to fight for your family? Fight for yourself? Grr. I'll paw you. I'll bat you around. That's what they do. They bat people around, right? You guys, fight. Get your fight on. It's important. Going into 2021, you better have your fight on. It seems like there's a lot of fighting going on in this world, but not the right kind of fighting. Does that make sense to you guys? You feel me on that? We need to show up and fight for the right causes. For the people, for our family. We're all family. I'm not just talking about your physical family. I'm talking about all of us as family. Well, I'm here standing by you. I will fight and battle with you all day long to help you and your family win. Number 5, lions are brave. God called us, right? He called you. Be strong and courageous, Joshua 1:9. Get your brave on. because there's no reason for you not to be brave. No one can take brave away from you. No one can take joy away from you. The only way it's taken from you is you give it away. Stop giving joy, brave, strength, courage, leadership. Stop giving it away and putting it on other people and believing you're not. Number 6, lions are a part of a pride. Yes, leaders are loners. It talked about that. Leaders tend to be the lone ranger that gets out there first. But we are a part of a pride. We're part of a family, and we go together. ACN is the perfect example of this. You have the greatest leaders like Mr. Thomas, Mr. Nelson, Dean Tiroli, who all unite together as family. We're all different teams. We have money, our money lines are different, but we take each other and we go together as a pride and be prideful of it. You know, we talk about not having pride, but you got to have pride. Be prideful of your family. I am. Number 7, the sounds of a lion can be heard 5 miles away. That is your voice. Roar, Mr. Thomas, roar. Lions, let's roar, right? Let your voice be heard. And that goes back to the beginning of what I was saying before. Who are you and what do you want to say in this world? Your voice needs to be heard. I believe each and every one of you were called for greatness, and there is a voice inside of you that is being muted. You're all on mute right now. If I could unmute you, I would, because I want to hear your voice. Your family wants to hear your voice. So be heard. Be heard. That's important. So with that, I'm going to go on to the next slide here and keep moving. So I'm going to tap into 2 things here: wisdom and patience. Wisdom and patience. Well, patience comes from the book of wisdom. So patience is the companion of wisdom. And I can tell you, this book is my favorite book. I know Mr. Thomas would say the same thing, and many of you. I use this every day. And right now I'm taking a journey. I started December 1st, reading 1 Proverbs a day with this other great book called Wisdom. If you don't have it, it's by Terry Allen. I'd highly suggest it. I'm reading a chapter a day with 1 Proverbs a day. And guess who actually wrote something in this book? I think Mr. Thomas obviously knows this, but Mr. Greg Provenzano wrote something about this author in this book. And it is really good. I'm going to read you exactly what he wrote. Wisdom. Most of us desire more of it, and many of us don't know where or how to get it. For years, I've encouraged leaders to turn to the book of Proverbs for valuable teachings on the concept of wisdom for all areas of their lives. And now with the release of Wisdom by Terry Allen, I'll be adding this book to my recommended reading list as the perfect partner to Proverbs. Wisdom explains the themes presented in Proverbs and, more importantly, breaks them down into simple, easily digestible terms. Whether you're a leader in business at home or in your social circles, or simply desire to be one, wisdom should be at the top of your reading list. Let this inspiring and relevant book be your guide to better understand the teaching of Proverbs, and you'll be well on your way to discovering wisdom in all aspects of your own life. So you guys, I listen to Mr. Greg Provenzano just as I do Mr. Thomas, and he put that out. I guess it's been almost 2 years now. I've had the book and I've been reading it. I gave it to my mother, who is my spiritual counselor and grace in my life, and she loved it. And I'm just going to tell you, I would highly recommend to grasp and to really lead lions is to really lock in to wisdom and learning what that is all about. And the best place is Proverbs. The best place is Proverbs with wisdom, this wisdom book. So If you think about, I'm going to put some thoughts into your head as we go further. Do you have patience and are you seeking wisdom? I'm going to actually start this next segment with another video and the analogy, and it comes from the book of Proverbs about ants. The ant analogy, you guys have heard it, but I don't know if you've seen this video, and I want you to write down the characteristics, the philosophy of ants.
I want to share a very important philosophy with you today. It's a philosophy I think everyone should hear. Proverb 6:8-11. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gather its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a bandit and scarcity like an armed man. Here's the 5 philosophy that we can learn from ants. Ants have no commander. Ants don't need a commander to tell them to get started. They work faithfully and need no outside accountability to keep them doing right and doing the right things. They work hard and will replace their anthill when it gets ruined. Meaning, if you want to apply this in your real life, be proactive, be honest to yourself, and be industrious. Ants plan ahead. Ants think winter all summer long. They store provision in summer. They think the clock is running out of time and they are hurrying to get food back to their hive. Meaning, they hustle hard in advance to secure their future. Ants stay positive, always. Ants remind themselves that winter does not last long. They know they'll soon be out. Meaning, whatever happens in your life right now, it will not last forever. Ants never quit. They only change their approach. If they're going somewhere and you stop them or block their pathway, they'll look for another way up, down, all around. They keep looking till they find another way. Meaning, learn to embrace struggle and hardship in your life. Be flexible and be like ants who don't quit. Winners are not quitters. Ants always do their best, meaning give your best in everything you do right now. It will always lead you to the greater things and the next level in your life. Thanks for watching this video. Share and
Ants. Would you ever think you could compare yourself to ants? But let's talk about that. So the 4 things they were, just so you can get them written down again. Ants have no commander. Being proactive, honest and industrious, like an ant. I mean, just think about what they do. I'm going to share just a quick thing. It's so funny. I have a godson who is very industrious, and he's, how old is he? 19, 20. And you might think this is weird, but think about this. He was working for my husband, painting. In fact, they were painting the back of our house. And I came home and he was sitting at the corner over here, and he had his phone out, and he's like, come here. And so I go over there and he goes, do you know that ants high five each other? He's watching the ants high five each other, but he's learning something. He's learning something from ants. What I'm just trying to share from you is more than just seeing an ant on the ground and it, you step on it, or, you're watching it, but thinking about let's high five each other, right? He's watching these ants and they're passing each other or whatever. And I guess they're high fiving each other. I never noticed, but he noticed it. What are you noticing about ants and how industrious they are, and actually how human qualities they have if we would just act like they are acting. So number 2, ants plan ahead. They're planning ahead. They're storing up in the summer, preparing for winter. Do you do that? I mean, in a time like this pandemic, have you been storing up what you need? I mean, obviously building ACN every month, you can store up financially, but you know, with these leaderships and so forth, you're building your heart, your mind, all those things. So you think about what ants are doing. They're hustling, working hard in advance. Are you working hard in advance, or are you going to be that, oh man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, oh man, I didn't do, right? And you have it, the gift in your hand, securing your future. That's what they're doing, is securing their future. Hey, they don't know if they're going to get stepped on. They don't just have people to worry about. They have animals to worry about. They're tiny, right? Okay, number 3, ants stay positive always. It won't last forever, right? There's moments in time where we lose loved ones, or things happen in our life. We lose things financially, like Tony and I did back in 2008 and 9. We got hit by the economy like a ton of bricks. We lost everything except God in our marriage. And I'll tell you, it was devastating. But thank goodness we were connected to the right places, and our prayer, which I call the greatest Wi-Fi in the world, was heard. And ACN was planted in our lap of January of 2009. And I knew 100%, if you're praying for something to change and you're praying for an answer and it doesn't come packaged like you think it should, you're missing it. We had no idea that ACN was the gift we'd been praying for. But oh boy, did it take us out of where we were and show us so much greater than finances. Like, yeah, we made a double-digit income in 40 days. Like we had 2 numbers before a comma in our first 40 days of business and had no idea how to run this business. Had no idea. We just had the faith, and we knew we were planted in the right place. We had no idea about technology. We didn't know how to run a direct selling company. We were just coachable to someone like a Mr. Thomas. And so that gift exploded and unfolded for us because we didn't let our fear get in our way of not knowing. We just needed to go, right? Our why was strong and big, and we just needed to go. I never wanted my husband to experience that ever again in his lifetime. So if you have a wife, a husband, family members, you don't want to experience that kind of pain ever again, you got the answer in your hands. It's ACN. If you don't want to ever experience that, if you want to retire your spouse, you got it, the answer in your hand. SVP and ACN will change every situation financially if you want it to, but you got to be the ant. You got to get industrious. You got to be the lion, and you got to lead, and you got to go without fear. That's what ACN's all about. So I'm using lions and ants, 2 separate spectrums, but there is a true comparison you can take here with those comparisons to a lion and an ant. If they can, you can. They have a lot more challenges out there in the wild than we do, I think, as far as death comes. Think about it. You know, we most of us are giving a long life, but we never know how long we're going to live. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to say? What's your voice going to be out in this world to impact? How many of you want to impact the world one person at a time? That's just in your heart to do, right? Well, you can do that financially. You can do that personally. You can do that spiritually. You can do that in every single avenue because of ACN. I'm just telling you. So let's jump into the next slide. And so hold on one second here. I'm going to go taking a little bit more time with this because I believe people need this. So this is where I learn. This is where I have been learning and will continue to learn, is in the book of Proverbs. And of course, the whole book is something I would highly suggest, and I know Mr. Thomas, to dive into. But if you want to start somewhere and you've never started, or you've dabbled, go to the book of Proverbs and grab this book, Wisdom. I'm going to read one thing from it at the end. So I'm just telling you that's incredible. So let's talk about patience. Have you ever asked yourself, what does God want me to do or be, right? Do and be. And when does he want me to do it? Well, me too. Me too. I've asked myself that question throughout my years. How many of you have asked yourself that question? What am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go? I believe all of you who are here in ACN had your prayer answered. I believe it 100% because I know who is leading the top of this company. I know. And I just can tell you that it does have to come, though. It's called a prescription called patience, because it's not going to happen immediately. Whether you have success like we did right out of the gate and made incredible money, and we were able to buy this home we're in our first year. We lost our big beautiful home that my husband designed and built, and I did all the interior and landscape for it. You guys, it was a beautiful home. It was featured in a magazine. In fact, I could show it to you. I didn't plan this, so I ran off to get it, but we were in a magazine called Coastal Grower. We're actually in a couple magazines, and this is our house that we lost. Can you see it? Here's the living room. It was 5,500 square feet and 3,000 garage. Beautiful home. Had its own gym with windows going outside, master bedroom suite with fireplace, wine cellar, walk-in refrigerator. Here's the wine cellar. It actually had a walk-in refrigerator, commercial size. Take Thanksgiving on like a cart, and we put everything on it and push it into the walk-in cooler. Amazing. But I'm telling you this because you have to have patience. See, we were upside down, but because of ACN, within a year, we bought this home. How is that possible? Yes, it can happen quickly, but I can also tell you, just as fast as it can happen, it can also slow down. Why? Because you got to grow, you got to become. If you're going to lead and build, I basically I'm going to say it, is you're being built by the builder himself. And if you're a builder, you have to have patience so that he can build you so you can build builders. I hope you can understand that. So he drops us in seasons because it will slow down. You might have fast success. Maybe you started off slow and then you'll get faster success. Like, it's different and for each person because of how you have to grow, who you have to become. I hope that I can get this across to you as clear as day, but there are seasons in business. There are seasons in each one of our lives. It is a trait that he wants to build inside a builder, is patience. You can't have success without patience. God builds in the builder before the builder builds on the called. That's by Dr. Darius Daniels, and he's an amazing pastor. I love him. He's just incredible. You would want to go search him out, and you'll see some of this that I'm training from a message he gave that just hit me like a ton of bricks. It is not because we lack the confidence, because maybe we lack the character. You've heard me talk about character before. We got to grow our character, and that comes with patience. Patience will grow your character. In order for us to develop other people, we must have developed patience. People that do not have patience lack consistency and commitment. So if you're impatient to get to the next position, It's because you're going to have to change that impatience to patience. What's God doing in you? What is he doing in you so that you can be that leader people want to follow? Mr. Nelson talks about that all the time. Most people have lifelong strongholds. We know that. I've had strongholds. So when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me always. We all have something in our life that is holding us back. And we can't go to the next level without patience of growing and becoming and getting through those strongholds. So we have to renew our minds and we have to rewire our brains. That's why you have thought leaders like Mr. Thomas and Mr. Nelson that are continually breathing in to you and helping you change that mindset that you have strongholds on. But I also know it starts from here. They bring the heart in everything they do, and they are rewiring your minds and connecting with your souls and your heart, because this is where it starts, is here. When you can feel it here, you can change it here. And he has to develop the trait of patience in us so we can develop others. We can't develop others if we aren't developing. You can develop people as you're developing. So don't get me wrong. You do not stop. You keep going, but take patience with you. You do not want to be impatient in this process. So are you impatient with other people's process? Think about all the people that have come into your life and your business. I believe people have quit because someone was impatient with them. See, think about this. Some of our purpose partners, I believe each and every one of you are a purpose partner of ours. Mr. Thomas is definitely a purpose partner of mine. But there's many of you on this call that I work alongside, and I look forward to working with many more of you that are purpose partners, and they're in their process. Think about it. Is it just okay for you to go through a process and be patient with you and not for them? Because you could lose those purpose partners if you don't have patience. Like again, he exudes this. Mr. Thomas exudes this. He breathes life into all of you every single day of the week, because he knows each and every person is in a different process. He brings someone different every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for you, because one thing will change you, will get you to the next level. Think about Joseph's story. You don't want to be the reckless Joseph. You have to become the Joseph who saves his family from famine. And to become that, you have to have patience walking through the process. And we all have to have patience with the people who come in. See, this is a volunteer army. If you want to build, I call it the army of hope. If you want to build the army of hope and you want to be blessed with incredible people in your business, you have to have patience and become that person, and that you don't burn someone out because you're impatient with their process. Everybody has one. Just keep building your business and help develop other people with patience. Some people will say, I want that A1 friend, that business partner. Where's my SVP? I just want him. But the question is, more importantly, are you that A1 friend, business partner? Think about it. The key, you got to have patience when God sends the people, and for him to send them, we must have patience and wisdom to be the builder he has called us to be. See, my husband is a great builder. He is the guy who can come start to finish. He's probably the master finish worker, and it takes patience. When you work with a client, he can't get frustrated with clients and their choices and decisions, and he can only be a guide to creating the best home and future living space for their life and their families. And it takes patience to build. Jesus was the greatest builder, right? He was a builder. He was a craftsman. Look, I married a craftsman, right? Just think about that. But to build, it takes skill. It takes time to learn it. It takes time to hone that craft. And that is the same if you translate it into building a business and building people, because we build families here. Mr. Nelson says it all the time. We need patience for our promise. You have a promise. I guarantee you, whether you believe or not, and this is my belief, okay? My belief, we all have a promise over our life. And patience is perfecting each and every one of us if you hone in to what I'm saying here about patience. Well, lay your anchor on your purpose. And anchor, you know, it's all throughout the Bible, but it's setting that anchor on your purpose. Purpose is about becoming someone. Having a gift to perform a thing is one thing. Having the shoulders to carry it is another. So when we talk about patience, we're talking about building those broad shoulders to carry everything that it takes to be a lion, to be a leader. See, ants, did you see what that line of them carrying? Things bigger than their own bodies. Think about that. They're carrying things that are bigger than their own bodies, the shoulders to carry the weight of the food and meaning the finances that you need in your life long term. The gift is here in ACN. You can build a financial legacy and future that continues to pay you for lifetimes and generations. You get to choose that. But to get there, you got to get broad shoulders. Your gift is bigger than your shoulders. Sometimes I believe each and every one of you know you have a gift. All of you have multiple gifts, giftings that you you haven't even activated yet. And it's bigger than your shoulders can carry right now. SVP, I'm not at SVP because it's bigger than my shoulders. I got to get broader to carry the SVP position. And it's just a position because what it is, like Mr. Thomas, is it's developing more and more and more people. It's having the courage and all the strife that comes with building a business. Being an SVP is not easy. Yes. Does it give you financial relief and it takes a lot of weight off of your shoulders so that you can just get broader? But you got to build your shoulders and that broadness for SVP, for RD, for RVP, for every next step. There's a process of your growth, of your becoming, of your voice being heard, of your belief in yourself that you are that lion, that you were created to be leader of leaders. You must pass the test. Why would I look at myself and I say, why would God bring people into my life if I can't even pass the test? How do I help someone else pass a test and get to the next position if I can't do it? If I'm not willing to do it, if I'm not willing to step into it, he's testing us. Why would he build an army of hope for Mr. Thomas? An army of soldiers, of warriors, if he's just going to quit? He's not going to bring you the right people if you're going to just quit when the going gets tough. You got to build those shoulders and pass the test so that he knows he can count on you. That's the character. That's the patience. That's the wisdom. He has to develop you in seasons in order for your shoulders to carry out your gifts. Your purpose requires processing. So how strong are your shoulders? It's not how good you are, how dope you are, whatever word you want to use, how eloquently you speak or don't. It has nothing to do with that. This is for builders. Would you rather be or look it? Would you rather be or look like it? I would say put the effort into becoming so you have broader shoulders. The question is, how strong are your shoulders today? And are you willing? Look at someone getting on your back. Hey, when you are building ACN, someone's getting on your back. Can you carry them? And that's not physically. You're taking on someone and you're not responsible for them. You're only responsible to them. and they're on your back, right? And you got to be able to carry them and show them how to have success here, and guide them and gift them, these incredible leaderships and things that are in their place, and show them how ACN will build them just like it's building you. Question, if you won the lottery, so here's a question about character. If you won the lottery tomorrow, would you still be here? Is it all about money to you? Because I asked you the question, who are you and what do you want to say in this world? And are you an impactor, changing one person at a time, helping be the change you want to see in the world? If that's the answer, build those broad shoulders, get wisdom and patience a part of your daily life. And if you do win the lottery excuse me, the lottery tomorrow, be here. Say you'll be here. Because that is the sign of character. It is. Doing what you say you're going to do long after you set it in, the feeling you set it in left you. That's character. Doesn't matter whether you win the lottery. Think about it. So who are you becoming? The builder that builds people and families. Who are you becoming? The people who builds people and families? See, John Maxwell says, we teach what we know. We reproduce who we are. We teach what we know. We reproduce who we are. And we attract where we are, who we are. Seek the God kind of wisdom. That's my gift to you, my thought to you, my hope for you is that you seek that God kind of wisdom. And know you will win. Not immediately. No one wins immediately here in ACN, but definitely. Are you definitely in purpose and knowing that you will win, that lion, that leader in you? Don't let it go. Just grab patience and take the traits of a lion and the philosophy of an ant and move yourself into your destiny and show other people, build families, show other people the possibility for their futures and helping them develop, being patient with their growth, helping them become the lion and breaking strongholds that have been tormenting their lives. I see it all the time. I know Mr. Thomas does too. And be patient with other people as they develop and grow in their businesses. Some will come in and they'll be fast like Tony and I. And then, business again has seasons. We have had our ups and our downs and our transitions and our growth. And, it doesn't look perfect, you guys here. Business is not perfect. I've had multiple businesses successful because I chose it to be successful. I didn't quit. I saw it through. I won in those areas of business. So has my husband, because we didn't stop when it got tough. We grew through it. We became better. We had challenges in every single business. And just because you weren't a business owner prior to ACN doesn't mean you can't be a business owner. You 100% will be if you choose to be and decide to be and decide to lead and decide to be that lion and take the philosophy of an ant. You will win, not immediately, but definitely you will win. So I want you to take in, I'm going to read one thing as I end here. If you allow me a couple more minutes, I want to read something to you about who you're being, how you're impacting, what you want to say to this world, how you want your family, your children, your children's children, and the people that you're leading to see you. And what would they write about you today? Like I'm going to read to you in just a second from the wisdom book. But while I'm doing that, what is your word for 2021? What are you going to speak life over into your 2021 today? And as I'm reading this, I want you to think about that word for the year, because as we round out 2020, I want you to come into 2021 with that word that will change what your whole life is going to look like in 2021, moving through into the following years. So I'm going to read this. Mr. Thomas, is it okay if I read this? All right. Let's see if I can do it without tears. This is from the wisdom book. So I'm going to just read this last part here. Robert Lewis is a pastor in Little Rock, Arkansas. On the morning of his daughter Elizabeth's wedding, she asked her mom and dad if she could read them a letter. Here is that letter. So what I want you to think about in your life, as you're building, as you're developing, as you're gaining wisdom and patience, growing yourself and growing your business and helping others, what would they write about you? Dear Mom and Dad, I am overwhelmed at the enormous task of recapping and thanking you for what you have taught me, modeled and sacrificed for me over the past 27 years. The blessings you have poured out over the decades have been unbelievable, and I am only now realizing the magnitude of all you were to me. I am here today, this day, happier than I have ever been, marrying the most wonderful man because of you, your prayers, your gentle push to trusting and following the Lord, your sacrifice, your quiet guidance on consequences good and bad, for the direction my life would take because of the decisions I was up against. Dad, I know what a real man is because of you. A man after God's own heart, a leader, a provider, a lover to your wife, and a father to your children. I knew what kind of man I wanted to marry because of you. You and I are kindred spirits, and I don't know what I would have done without our long talks. Thank you for taking me to swim practice at 4:30 in the morning. Many of you parents have done that with your children. I know those days. Thank you for walking with me on the Great Wall of China when I was 11 years old and giving me love for travel. I know Mr. Thomas has done that with his kids, right? Travel, travel, travel. There it is. He's got it. Leaders follow leaders. Thank you for walking. Oh, I got that one. Thank you for always encouraging me to dream big. My father was such a great example for me of that and dreaming big. So much of what she's saying here, I could have said to my dad, and I did before he passed. For hosting the best birthday parties ever. For always making me feel special. For letting Katie and me go backpacking in Europe when we were only 18. For encouraging me to go to graduate school, for being proud of me and telling me you were, for letting me make mistakes, for never missing a swim meet or basketball or volleyball game, for showing me what a good marriage is supposed to be like, for bringing us back presents when you went to speak out of town. I do that all the time. I know Mr. Thomas does probably too. Here, bringing back gifts, right? Many of you do the same. For making a big deal out of little accomplishments, for teaching me about being good with money, for giving me mom's Camry just because, for taking us to Colorado in the summer, for spending time with me on dates or shopping trips, even with 3 kids in the family, for the best Christmases every year, for praising me in front of your friends, for teaching me the value of hard work, for praying for me, for teaching me that details count, for taking us out to eat or to party when we experience little accomplishments and victories, for reading us the Chronicles of Narnia, which are great books and you should give to your kids, for being on my side when life and people seem to be against me, for all those 2 and 3 line emails pointing me to trust in God, for always loving me no matter what. On this day, I am so honored to be known as Robert Lewis's daughter. That's crazy. So real quickly, that morning at breakfast table, Robert Lewis cried upon hearing those words. He describes that instance as one of the greatest moments of his life. What a legacy Robert Louis has left to his daughter Elizabeth and to her children also. What a greater achievement can one accomplish than to launch a life into the future? It requires effort. Did Elizabeth Louis become a grateful, thankful, well-adjusted, responsible adult by accident? By default? No. She is the woman she is largely because her father and mother took the time to nurture and train her. Now I say that and I share that because some of us had fathers and mothers and like that, and some of us did not. But I will tell you, you have some of the greatest fathers and mothers here in ACN. I don't care if they're younger or older than you. From the company at the top to Mr. Thomas, Mr. Nelson, you name it, you guys, there are the greatest people that will lead you, and you can become, that's all they're trying to do, is to help build you and develop you into those people like that father did for his daughter, is to tell you, we believe in you. We believe in you. We know you can do it. You are that lion. You are that leader. And you are an SVP in ACN. And that, again, is only a title. It's to say you can accomplish it if we can. If Mr. Thomas can accomplish SVP, I can. It just is going to take me time to develop and have patience and know God's timing is perfect. But I want you to know we will continue to encourage, we will continue to develop, we will continue to build the builders if you stay here. If you stay strong and you decide that you're going to lead and step out in faith and never look back, go into 2020 with expectancy, courage, being brave, being the builder, being that unique person you are, and building your character so that you can attract all those people, and the lives that you will change will be undeniable. And you will be unstoppable. With that, Mr. Thomas, thank you for having me. Thank you for just breathing life into me. I could say some of these same things about you as I will continue to do throughout my life, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So
Can we give Miss Jocelyn Driskill some love? I mean, tomorrow is her birthday. Tomorrow is, come on, show some love, show some love. I know she's leaving for the cabin with the family for the retreat that they do every year. What a blessing to go up to your cabin and hang out in the mountains and a beautiful backyard you have, and ride horses and do some fly fishing up. Oh my God, I'm just, oh, congratulations, dear. Thank you so much. You know, this book, let me share something. This book is amazing, wisdom. And not only that, but I want to show you guys something why this book is very special to me. Do you guys see that autograph in there? This will be the foundation for ACN's next generation and for your life, Greg Parmesan. He gave that to all the COC members 3 years ago. Look, it's wisdom. One of the things that I love, I'm gonna say this again, one of the things I love about Miss Jocelyn Driskill, let me say it again, one of the things of many that I love about Miss Jocelyn Driskill is her transparency. Very transparent to talk about her past and how ACN had turned her life around, saved her family through the situation they lost something. And that's what a sign of a good leader. And I want to encourage all the regional directors out there, continue leading the best you can and continue learning to take your game to the next level if you're a regional director. ETLs, get to RD and experience that life, okay? Get to the RD. And so many things that were said this morning that's really blessed me and touched my heart. You know, I was thinking about this morning, I was up at 4 o'clock, I was reading Proverbs at 5 a.m., Proverbs 13 and 14 that I forgot yesterday. I got halfway, so I had to go back and start all over again to read both those books. Every morning I read a book of Proverbs. So wisdom is in the book of Proverbs. Wisdom. So I want to thank you, Ms. Jocelyn Driskill. I mean, I love the idea of the builders. You have to build yourself before you can build others, but you can still build, but you got to be a builder of builders. I like that. And patience. So with that said, I want to thank you once again. Let's show, come on, everybody, come on. It's her birthday tomorrow. She just unloaded so much good. Come on, put in the chat, open your heart. Come on, there we go. Wow, thank you, Miss Evelyn. Thank you so much. Miss Ellen.
I love all you guys. And see, you know, I'm going to tell you, I'm wearing my Wyoming gear today. I'm all in my flannel shirt, right? But I'm only saying that because I want you guys to know the life you can have. We're taking 2 weeks and taking our kids, and we're going to go enjoy, you know, our little ones. You know, you only have one life. And it's important that your family see you live it and see you live it well, because you want to be that example for them so that they have a well-lived life. And so if you work hard, you can play harder. How about that? Work hard so you can play harder and be with your family. You're going to sacrifice some of the family time, but you're going to make up for it. It will be worth it. It will be worth it. I promise you.
I understand. That's what I'm doing. I'm making up now with my kids. Hey, I love what Miss Jocelyn just said. You must grow your character. Check your character out on the scale of 1 to 10. Grow your character. And she says the subscription is called patience, to go build it, to go build it. Hey, I want to thank you once again. And I want to thank another gentleman on the call today, Mr. Christopher Anderson, for finally joining back in with us, who I think a lot out of, and I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to call him out on this, and he knows it. I'm expecting a lot out of him in 2021. He knows what I mean. We had a long conversation yesterday. This guy, talking about a CEO in high places that closes big companies. Amazing guy, dear friend. Hey, listen, tonight, 6 o'clock, power hour, making calls, getting people to end this month. And also the best gift you can give people is an opportunity to be at IBO and ACN. So tonight at 6 o'clock for 1 hour, power hour. And I want to thank Mr. Bree Clemens for putting that together, Miss Natasha Ismail putting it together. Tomorrow morning, my dear friend who I had a cigar with day before yesterday and got autographed books, Mr. Jordan Atlan will be with us tomorrow morning on a call that was the second one we taped that you might have missed, but it's always good to go back and regurgitate. Then tomorrow night, we're doing the 1 through 10. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 1 through 10. On Wednesday morning, Shaquille Cooper will be with us on Wednesday morning. And on Wednesday night, my last time, I'm doing this 3 times in a row. It's my last one. Yeah, it is. We went 2 hours. Last week, we went 3 hours. Tomorrow, and all we're doing, watching, I want you to watch me fail and talking to people about getting things done or getting them signed up in the business. First time we did it, we signed up 5. 3. Last week we got, anyway, Wednesday's the last one. The Wednesday is the last one. And then Thursday morning, we have none other than Throwback Thursday, Mr. Dean Torelli. Thursday night, 1 through 10. And then on Friday, Mr. Nelson will be with us. And then Al's happy hour at 6 o'clock. And then Saturday, well, anyway, God bless you all. Remember, I hope you guys were having enough understanding of the patience and doing the things that you heard today. And remember, read a book of Proverbs every day, along with the book by Terry Allen, Wisdom. If you haven't got it, leaders, go grab it. Continue doing what you got to do, but keep building your business. Do something every day to move it forward. Ms. Jocelyn Driskill, we want to thank you for your patience. We know you're going to be gone for the next couple of weeks. We want you to enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with your family, because that's what we work hard for. Not the money, not the cars, but to enjoy the family, and you can enjoy them during the holidays, and you deserve it, dear. Once again, happy 56th birthday to you. God bless you. Thank you so much. You'll still get a call or text from me tomorrow anyway. That's just who I am. Even though I was a day too early.
Love it. I will take it. I love celebrating, so I'll celebrate more.
God bless you. It was good talking to you, Mr. Tony, a week or so ago. So give him a hug from me. God bless you. Give him some love. God bless you, everybody. Thank you for Miss Jocelyn Driskill. We'll see everybody tonight at 6 o'clock on the Power Hour.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to all of you. We'll see you in 2021. I will be on some of these though, as much as I can. I will still join in and listen because I love learning.
I know. Join that good wine up there as well.
I will. I'll be cheering you. I'll share.